And we go. Okay, we're ready to go. Welcome to the show. Oh, let me pull out the show here. Here we go. Welcome to the program. It is Wallys 15 at 5 right here on Facebook Live, right there on Periscope, right there on YouTube. It is your boy Wally Passaquini. You get interactive. You can make a point. You can tell me I'm wrong. You can tell me get that off the radio. Whatever you want to do. We're broadcasting on Facebook Live. It's always brought to you by the David Fowler Insurance Group, the number one all-state agent in all of San Antonio, top 5% in the entire country. 2570111. 7? There you go. That's the number. All right, I can keep getting these ESPN stupid things on here, and it's driving me nuts, so could you shut up? Okay. What's up, Brian? How are you? All right, welcome to the program. We got lots to get to here. You could tweet us as well. Get to the SA Radio Boy poll of the day here on Twitter. Are these the top 4 moments in Spurs history? Now, I'm omitting the title-clinching games because we already know they're great moments. But these, to me, are the top moments in Spurs history. Maybe they're not. Maybe you don't think so. Memorial Day Miracle. The Spurs are born in 1973. They entered the NBA in 76. And 5-0 is drafted in 1988. Those, to me, are the top 4 moments according to my list. And I got plenty of them. They're all here. So, I've gotten pushback already. People have told me, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You're wrong. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a couple of things here and see what you guys are talking about. Johnny Gonzalez says, water going off in the Alamo Dome. Clearly not one of the top 4 moments, but thank you, Johnny. No, Tim being drafted is way important than all of that. If you tell me Tim being drafted is better than one of those 4, which one is it? Is it better than when they were born? No, if they're not born, you don't have any Tim Duncan draft. NBA, I don't think so either. 5-0 is drafted. 5-0 being drafted by the Spurs was more important to me than Tim Duncan being drafted. Tim Duncan being drafted led to their championships, but 5-0 being drafted led to the franchise being in San Antonio, in my opinion. And the Memorial Day Miracle led to the first NBA championship. I would disagree. I would disagree. Tim being drafted is not worthy of a number 1 seed, in my opinion. Okay? That's what this is all about, so you can discuss that. My number 2 seeds, because those are my number 1 seeds. My number 2 seeds, Iceman scoring the Spurs ABA record. That is a record that will stand forever. 51 points on the 5th of February in 1975. I think has to be a consideration for a 2 seed. My other 2 seeds, David scoring the NBA franchise record, 71 points in 94. That's the all-time record. I don't see that getting broken anytime soon. So I think I got to put David Robinson. I have to put that one as a 2 seed. That is a solid 2 seed right there. I'm not backing off of that. Robert Horry, Game 5 heroics in 2005. I don't know if that's a number 2 seed. I left it there as a 2 seed, but I think I'm going to change that one. Reading it out loud now, I think I'm going to cross that one out. So I'll disagree with myself here. Pop becoming the head coach, worthy of a 2 seed? Maybe. I could see that being a 2 seed. Tim Duncan being drafted, 2 seed, sure. That's 3 of them. David winning the MVP, first MVP in the Spurs franchise, 94-95. You know, it's close. I could see that, though. I could see that in there, David. All right, that could be a 2 seed. David winning the Rookie of the Year in 90, possible. Does Red McCombs buying the Spurs, does that constitute a 2 seed? Not sure. I don't know if I agree with that or not. Let me get your thoughts. What do you guys think? Those are my possible 2 seeds for this. And again, we're leaving out the championship years. Those will be the pods, so to speak. So it'll be the, we'll have to take one of them out. Because we have to have the 99 championship season, 03, 05, 07, maybe the first 4. Do it that way. Although the 2014 was very impressive. That whole road for that one. How about Sharon returning from the kidney transplant in 2000? Is that worthy of a 2 seed? I don't know. Johnny Moore's return from Desert Fever. I'll give you some of the other ones. So yes, I do have water cannons going off in the Alamo Dome on the list, but I don't. Close your window blinds. You'll have to live with it. Sorry, buddy. Kids broke the windows. What can I tell you? Timmy's off-balance shot before .04. Not really. The first game at the AT&T Center or the SBC Center back then in 2002. Now that's down the list. The All-Star game at the Alamo Dome in 96. The quadruple double for David, 93. The last home game at the Hemisphere in 93. I'm not sure about that one. Spurs select Sean Elliott in the draft in the 89 draft. I don't know if I put that as a 2 seed either. It could be some of the other ones. Iceman scores his 25,000th point in 85. James Silas, number retired now. Gilmore arrives in a trade in 82. The 3 overtime win against Milwaukee. 171, 170, 166 record for most points. The Bruise Brothers are born on 1980 with the poster giveaway in 80. No. Iceman scores the Hemisphere record 53 in 1979. No, I don't put that as 2. Iceman scoring 63 on the final game to win the scoring title over David Thompson. Maybe. I could see that as maybe a 3 seed. Maybe. I could see that as... I'm gonna pop that one in as a 3. How about that? I think that's a big moment right there. Spurs' first NBA game, 1976. How big a moment is that? That could be a 3 seed as well. The NBA All-Star game at the Hemisphere in 75. I'm sure it was a big moment at the time, but now when we look back on it, maybe not. First game at Hemisphere in 73. George Gervin gets purchased from the Virginia Squires. Bat Night with Manu Ginobili in 09. Where do you put Timmy walking off the court for the final time in 2016? That might be a 2 seed in itself. What do you think about that one? I think I might have to put that to a 2 seed. So there you go. There's my list. But I'm going to stick with it. I think the Spurs being born in 1973 is the biggest moment in the franchise's history. Entering the NBA draft, I think, is probably the second. If I were to rate the number 1 seeds, I'd put the Spurs being born in 73. Them entering the NBA in 1976. The Memorial Day Miracle would be 3rd. And 5-0 being drafted in 1988. Those would be my top 4 seeds. I'm going to stick with that for the time being. Any thoughts? Anybody? Other than close your window blinds. All right. No thoughts on that? Let's get to the other thing here. And again, you can continue. You can vote on these if I have it right or I don't have it right. So far, got 8 votes in the bank, and 7 go no, and 1 goes yes. I'd like to see what the other ones are. I don't agree with Timmy being drafted. There was a lot more that went on with this franchise before Tim was drafted, and the water cannon going off of the Alamo Dome is not worthy of a top seed. Clearly. Let's see. Anything else? No, I got nothing else here on this so far. Okay. We'll skip over that. Continue to give me your thoughts on that. Topic 1 today, though, also is the city. San Antonio is expected to impose a lockdown during an announcement at 6 p.m. tonight, according to all the officials. This is why this is wrong, and it's very simple. It's not wrong to lock down the city, but it's wrong to not lock down the entire state while you're at it. This should have been a Governor Abbott decision and not a Mayor Ron Nirenberg decision. And here's why, and it's very simple. If San Antonio closes down, but say the city of Helotes stays open, how is the lockdown then effective? How is that fair to businesses? How is that safe for people? It's not. It's a bad idea, and it was bad execution here. And I'll give you this analogy as well. And I've mentioned this before for other things, but if you're San Antonio and you can't buy tobacco in San Antonio in the city boundaries unless you're 21, but you can go buy tobacco in, say, Helotes and buy tobacco at 18. How does that work? How is that fair to San Antonio businesses that can't sell tobacco at 21, but Helotes can sell it at 18? Makes no sense. That is why this doesn't make sense. It's the right thing to do, yes, but it should have come from Governor Abbott's office. But he is not a very good leader. He has shown that many, many times. He is a spineless person, and hopefully the Texans come to their senses and vote this moron out of office. Again, this should have been a governor's decision, not Ron Nirenberg's decision. Yes, Ron Nirenberg knows the San Antonio area better than probably Governor Abbott does, perhaps, arguably, but that doesn't have anything to do with it. This needed to come down from the governor's office, showing leadership for the state, for one reason. For two, again, as I pointed out, if Helotes isn't in a shutdown, then, unless everybody follows suit, but then it would have been a statewide ban. So, doesn't work. It's not smart. It's not the sign of a great leader, and that's what Greg Abbott has been. He has not been a great leader. So, there you go. Any questions? Any comments? Let's see. Roadrunner Steve joining the program here. Thanks to Bobby Stotzenberger joining in, Donna and Moses and Edgar and Clint. Thank you all for joining me today. I got nothing else on this. You guys want to talk about Cowboys and stuff like that? Randy Gregory, the Cowboys leaving that door open should be a surprise to no one. The Cowboys never close the door on anybody because they're idiots. They drafted. It's almost like Jerry doesn't want to put his hands up, put the white flag up, and say, "Okay, all right, I made a mistake. Randy Gregory's no good. He's a marijuana smoker." Hey, listen. So now there's no more testing for marijuana in the NFL. You think Randy Gregory's not going to smoke on game day? Are you kidding me? That guy's going to be higher than a kite. Has he changed his ways? All right, well, gee, Wally, got to give him a second chance. How many chances has this guy had? I don't want Randy Gregory on the Dallas Cowboys. Wave the white flag, Jerry. You guys made a mistake, and move on. Who wants Randy Gregory? Want Randy Gregory back? Just so he won't get caught anymore because the rules have changed, the laws of the NFL have changed? That's great. So now he can smoke pot all he wants. What's to stop him from smoking pot, 3 hours before the game and getting stoned out of his mind? Anybody think of that? Randy Gregory's in there for a snap. All of a sudden he misses everybody and runs it and ends up, trying to tackle the goalpost. Are you freaking kidding me? This is just typical Cowboys, just asinine. And all the Cowboys say, this is a good idea. No, it's not a good idea. Just because they allow pot smoking doesn't mean it's good. You want a guy that size chasing after you? Are you kidding? That's just stupid. Anyway, that's my thoughts for today on episode number 23 or whatever the hell episode we're up to. There you go. Vote on the 4 seats. Let me know if I got it right or I got it wrong. So far, you guys are telling me I'm wrong, but I'm not going to change this. I think I got outside of the championship games, I think I have this right. I think these are the biggest moments in Spurs history. Memorial Day Miracle, Spurs are born in 73, Spurs enter the NBA in 76, and 5-0 gets drafted in 88. I think if any of those things happen, nothing else happens after that. There you go. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. All right, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening or doing whatever the hell you're doing. Have a good day. Stay safe. And again, coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, it is expected that San Antonio will be in a lockdown. So, unfortunately, that will probably spell the end of Wally's food truck, at least until we get the city back up and running and get past this coronavirus, and who the hell knows when that's going to happen. We have not hit bottom yet in this country, and we haven't hit bottom in this state yet. We're probably at least a month away from all of that happening, and so gonna be a tough year, that's for sure, for everyone. Stay safe. Peace out.